In today's video, we're going to look at the use of the Morph tool in Microsoft PowerPoint. We're going to use it to create more professionally looking, engaging, much more powerful and elegant presentations. We'll look at 3 examples: how to use Morph with Zoom, how to use Morph with shapes, as well as how to use Morph with crop option. So the next time you want to deliver your presentation, try as much as you can to incorporate the use of these tools so that you can have a very welcoming, engaging, and powerful presentations for your audience. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Rashid and welcome back to Epic Mentorship. If you are new here, kindly consider liking and subscribing to our channel to keep enjoying related useful videos. So why don't we get into my PC to learn about this very tool called Morph. All right, guys, so let's say you are in this, this is a very fresh PowerPoint presentation that I just created. I just put the picture of this house. So let's say I want to sell this house to you. And I have to show you some key features that you will enjoy in this house, maybe highlighting that, for example, you can see that the house has a very fantastic swimming pool in front of it. And to your right, you can see a very, very good resting point that you can sit with your teammates to have a chat and then to maybe eat around or thereabout. And you can see also to your left, we have another dining area where you can eat with your friends and have some chats, and you have a very powerful and beautiful looking flower over here. Okay, and down to your left, inside this vegetation, you can see there is a very good relaxation point for 2 people. Okay, and additionally, we can see that at the top you will have a very fantastic view of the city and the swimming pool or the vegetation area around the house. So I would like to highlight these 4 places for the person who wants to buy this house. But I don't want to use the normal way of highlighting or showing the places, because my image is actually with a good resolution. So I want to zoom in to show the different places. Okay. So all I need to do to create this, to use this my morph technique, is to start by duplicating this very slide. Okay. So let's say I duplicate it. You can duplicate using just Control D, and then you come over to that second slide, and then you hold the Control key, and you can use your mouse scroll down so that you can zoom out the image. Okay. So what I want to do actually is I want to zoom out or zoom in the picture so that I can see the technical detail that I want to showcase in this very particular slide. Okay. So you can come to the edge over here and try to drag the image, okay, and reposition it. So you can see from the slide to where you are, actually, you can see the preview. So you try to reposition the place and see if it's actually what you are trying to showcase. For example, now I want to showcase this sitting or resting area just before the swimming pool. I want to tell the buyer that we have a very fantastic place to rest here with your team and even have a chat. And so I just zoom out to this place, and I think it's okay. So we can actually duplicate this same slide so that we can showcase other places. Okay, so we'll duplicate this one, and then we can go over and shift it to another particular place where we want to show the details. Okay, for example, we want to show that there's a very good dining area here. Next, I want to show, you can duplicate this same slide as well, and then you will say, I want to show, for example, this resting point with the 2 people. Okay, so I can move it. So this is best for 2 resting point. Okay, so next, maybe I may want to showcase the that at the top of the house you are going to have at least very good view, and there's a resting point as well. So I need to maybe reduplicate this and navigate to that particular point that I want to show. Okay. After highlighting all this, the next thing is I need to copy the original image, and then I need to duplicate again. So I bring it to the end so that I can show that at the end, this is your house. This is the house you want to buy. Showing the details. Now this is the house you should buy. Okay. So let's try to look at the preview of this image without the use of the morph. Okay. Okay, so this is the house you want to buy, and this is the resting point that we have. You can have this resting point for the team, and this then to your left we have a very good dining area that you can sit with your teammates and eat food and relax as well. And then to your left we have a resting point for two people. Okay, when you look to the top, we have very good relaxation area where you can sit and have a very good view of the city and of the vegetation around the house, right? So this is the house you want to buy. So this is without morph, okay? So let's exit this. And to apply the morph effect, all you need to do is to select from the second slide down and hold the shift key and select up to the last slide, okay? So you come over to transitions and go to morph over here. Okay, once you put, let's see the effect that this is going to give to our presentation. So we're back to the first slide, and let's try to see. This is the house that I want to sell to you. But then if you look to your right, you are going to see a very fantastic place where you can relax with your teammates. And then to the center, you have a very good dining area with your teammates as well. You can eat food and relax. And then you still have a very fantastic flower by the right of it. And to your left, down here, you have a very fantastic place where you can relax with your partner. Okay. And when you look at the top, you're going to have a very relaxation point to have a good view of the city and enjoy the vegetation. So this is the house I want to sell to you. Now, how does that look, ladies and gentlemen? This is fantastic. So that is the effect of morph in your presentation. It adds that professional looking view to the presentation, okay? All right, guys. So let's say among this team, 3 of the staff are Toastmasters International staff. The first guy to the left is Mr. Ruben, who is the marketing manager of Toastmasters International. The next person is Nina Myers, who is at the center, but towards the right. And the last person to your right is Mr. Eric, who is the finance manager of Toastmasters International. So this description is quite confusing for people because they want to know who is who. They want to know who we are talking about directly, okay? So the use of morph can make this very, very much easier and professional. Take a look at this. We're referring to Mr. Ruben. So morph can help us to simply highlight him like this. Mr. Ruben is the marketing manager of Toastmasters International. And then we have straight move to Nina Myers, who is the public relations officer. Everyone can see her clearly. And then we have Mr. Eric, who is the finance manager. All right. So this is the team we are describing just now. So this is the power of morph. How do you create this beautiful looking presentation? Let me show you. So here on this slide, you have to know that when we were highlighting the pictures, you saw 2 different colors. So what this means is that we have to create a duplicate of this picture and then try to make one a gray color. So the other one, the original one, is going to be on top of it. So all you need to do is to select this picture and try to copy and paste it on itself. Okay, and then move it and then select the one at the bottom and then navigate to picture format here. And then you can move to color. Down here, you can see the gray color. Okay, so you select this gray color and then you move this one back to its position directly. So what you need to do now is to duplicate this initial slide. Okay, so you hit the Control D. So the next thing is you want to showcase the person you are talking about. You want to highlight just now. Okay, so you stay on this slide And then you can hold the control key like we did before and you zoom out. Okay. So what you need to do is to select all these together. You know, we have two images, one at the top and one at the bottom. So by highlighting and selecting all, it means all the changes are going to be on both pictures. Okay. We want to highlight them so that we can see their faces clearly. Okay. So we'll come to this edge and drag. You can see the preview just like we did before. So you bring them closer. So who do we want to show? We want to show Mr. Ruben. Okay, so after you've highlighted, you zoom out to the specific person you want to showcase. All you need to do is to move over. All you need to do is to duplicate on the image and then come over to this crop icon. And then you hit on the drop down so you can come to crop to shape. Okay, crop to shape. Then you can move over here and select this circle. Okay, you can crop to any shape, but then we just select the circle. So the next thing you need to do is you make sure that this crop icon is selected, because now when you move, you're going to move the image. Okay, and we don't want to move the image. Okay, so you just do Ctrl Z. You make sure this crop icon is selected, and then you can adjust this crop size to highlight the person you want to showcase directly, right? You want to showcase Mr. Ruben, so we just highlight him. Don't move this because you are going to move the image. Okay, so you do Ctrl Z again to bring it back to where it was. Okay, so we're going to highlight Mr. Ruben. Okay, so you can see the preview over there. All right, the next thing you can do is to insert a text now that you have highlighted Mr. Ruben. Okay, so you can come to the home tab and just go straight to the text and just put in the text and name Mr. Ruben accordingly. Okay, you can see the preview from the right. Okay, so next you can duplicate this image, this slide. So you can duplicate this slide, just Ctrl D, and then you make sure that you move the zoom icon to minimize. Okay, so you double click, but don't try to move again, because if you move, it's going to move the image. It's going to move the image directly, and we don't want that. So you do Ctrl Z, and then you make sure this crop icon is selected again. Okay, and move the cropping tool to highlight minimize directly. Okay, so once you get to minimize, you click out here, and then you can move the text. Okay, you can move the text over here to name her as minimize. Okay, so you can just select and put in the description of Nina. Right, so the next thing we have to do is to duplicate this. So then we can come to this edge and slightly move the crop tool to Eric. Right, so we can see Eric, and when we hit out, we can move the text button to Eric, and then we can put in his name also, Eric, the finance manager of Toastmasters International. Okay, so all we need to do lastly is to bring back this very image and duplicate it again and put it at the end. Okay, and drag it to the end. All right, so now we have to select from the second image down to the last by holding the shift key or the control, and then we hover over to transitions, and then we click on morph. All right, so let's see what happens now. What happens to our image? Okay, so among these team members, 3 of them work with Toastmasters International. Now to your left, this is Mr. Ruben, who is the marketing manager of Toastmasters International. Now on moving to the center, we can see Nina Myers, who is the public relations officer of Toastmasters International. And lastly, we can see Mr. Eric, who is the finance manager of Toastmasters International. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the team members working for Toastmasters International. How does that sound? Fantastic, right? Okay, guys. So the next example is on the use of morph and shapes. Okay, assuming you want to morph this presentation, this looks kind of jam-packed. We want to showcase the acronym for speak, but the idea is to jam-pack. The audience can get confused with this. So we want to make it one. Okay, as we will have the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, just like that. Okay, so to do this, you can simply come over and select okay, differentiate your slide into different points. Okay, just like we just showed now. And then you can select from the second one, hold the shift key, and then you can move until the last one, and then you select all of them. Okay, so you just come over here and put morph. All right, so once you morph it, let's see the effect it's going to have. All right, look at the effect. Okay, look at that. Okay, look at how the wordings are transitioning from one point to another. It looks much more professional. Okay, so we can do the same morphing for the text to appear much more professional as well. Okay, so to morph for text, you simply select all, maybe until this last one. Then you can go to, while you are in morph, you just quickly navigate to effect options, and then you come to characters. Okay, once you hit these characters, everything is going to change as regards the text. So let's try to look at how that is going to look like. Okay, so this is the first one. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Okay, look at that. And look at the last one. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being with me up to this point. And I do hope you have learned something on how to perfectly improve the professionalism in your next PowerPoint presentation. So the next time you present, you're going to appear much more elegant and professional in front of your audience. So feel free to hit the like and subscribe button to keep enjoying related useful videos from our channel.